All right. And then Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on these platforms. And if you're just joining us, I'm asking a question about regret. We're talking about regret, and I'm asking, how do you manage your regrets? And very importantly, we're talking about collective guilt and regret. Do you think that as a people, as a group, do you think there's certain things that Nigerians are probably not happy that they did? Maybe your community, maybe your church, maybe your mosque, maybe your village people. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jude.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jude. Good. The song itself you played is feed of so many regrets.
Oh dear. Drop call scenario. Yeah, we do tend to have these things. But yeah, we're ready to have your call. So keep calling and then we'll get to you.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Apologies. Yes, please.
The truth is that as long as we are human, these things are inevitable. Regrets. Everyone has a share of it. Everybody has a share of it. Yes, so me, I have, but my regrets, I have put them behind. Because if you
how do you do that? For you, how did you do that? And then let's talk about collective guilt and regret, because I have a big story to share. But how do you think that can be done? Do you think Nigerians have a collective guilt or regret about something?
Yeah, of course. First, before we become Nigerians, we are first human. You understand? Definitely everybody has regret. Then collectively, like my own family now, because the family makes up this nation. You understand? There are some regrets I have heard my mom talk about, my grandma talked about, my dad talked about, even myself growing up, getting to know my environment, about my family. I've seen so many regrets that, dude, if I'm to say most of the regrets, the time will fail us. But there are regrets my parents had. But if they are not taking such actions at that time, probably my immediate family could have been where we are at this particular time. So as a nation, I know, because I think after Goodluck left now, people started, you saw it on the list. People were expecting if they are those that have supported the man to come in for a second. I don't want to be political news, but I'm just trying to paint the picture.
Okay.
You see that the majority of our people from this side now appreciated the person after the person had left. So it was like a collective regret. So with in summary is that these things make up life. Just like our DPR used to see your friend now, that's the Korean man. What was that name?
China.
Used to say, if these things are not fair, the life will be balanced. If life is fair, there will be regret. So since life is unfair, there must be regret. We must not put it like mirror before us, looking at it as we walk.
Okay.
Yes, don't put your regret as a mirror. But if you put it regret as a mirror, you won't get anywhere. It's like looking back and going forward. You are going nowhere. So we must move on. That is life. It's all the aesthetics of life.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. 0809030616. Messages coming through. I'll get to them. I'm not ignoring you, please. Just need to take a few calls. 9.3. Good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Tinker Daniel.
It's a pleasure to have you join us this morning.
Yeah. My brother Jude, collective regret. I discuss with my friends, my colleagues. We regret that we are not right for independence
Interesting. You think so?
that we got in 1960. Let me give you this few points. Oil was discovered in Oloibiri in 1958 and began to sell in commercial quantity as from 1959-60. Did you know that in the Britain we are managing this oil, and statistics shows that they can tell us now how many barrels of crude we have sold from that time till now. And you want to tell me that time they used to go and tell Queen Elizabeth how this country is being governed. Then Queen Elizabeth will not ask them why Nigeria don't have electricity and all the rest of it.
So are you saying that you prefer?
We are not right for independence. We discuss it
You know
with
what?
friends and colleagues.
You know what? We are going to have.
So we already took independence. Just for few of us to be, for fame and whatever. But how does it affect the ordinary man? Very soon now we celebrate another 1st October. Let me tell you,
Yes, please.
if China, happens to manage the economy of this country today, that is if we are recolonized, the next 3 to 4 years, if electricity is not everywhere in Nigeria, both Chike Daniel of Timo Gate of Ozako wrong. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I've heard that argument before about maybe Nigeria wasn't ready for independence. My personal view is I don't think that's even in any way affecting what is happening here, because before the, in quotes, amalgamation of Nigeria or whatnot, each region has had its own way of doing things. Were they successful? Yes, they were. They were all independent and they were all successful. Anyway, I think, if I just wrote it down on my phone, in my notes, we will have a conversation about this very shortly. Chris says, I once regretted not buying a property when I had the opportunity. To overcome this regret, I learned my lesson, worked harder, and I have now purchased the property. So learning and working on your mistake is one of the best ways to overcome regrets. Learning and working on that particular thing will help you overcome the regret. Not a bad. We'll go for a commercial. When we come back, once again, I'm asking you, how do you manage your regret? And then, very importantly, do you think, as a collective, do you think Nigeria has guilt on her shoulders? We'll find out from you.
Stay with us.
Do you think as a collective, because there is such a thing as collective guilt or collective regret, do you think as a collective that Nigerians share a common guilt or a common regret? If so, how do we remediate that scenario? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
92.3, good morning. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Lion, good morning to you.
Good morning.
As a people or as Nigerians, there is no regret.
Really?
We have nothing to regret about it.
Interesting.
We are this kind of people that we just love complaining.
We love what? I didn't hear you.
Complain.
Complain.
So much.
We complain. Okay.
Complain. There is no regret. If there was being a regret, would have had a national comfort.
We had during the Goodluck Jonathan regime.
Books.
Government.
It's a waste of funds and waste of time. I should ask, what are the items from that comfort that have been implemented? So it's nothing. It's just a waste of money. When you are talking about national regret, the people will mourn. They will take one particular day to consider this thing we did. What's wrong with it before now? We will not repeat it again. Even our representative as National Assembly, in any plenary, have you ever heard they took a stock of what happened last year? We did this, this one, this. Okay, Mr. President of the Senate, we are not going to do it again. Can we apologize? Can we do this? We don't regret anything. We complain when it doesn't favor us. We complain. It is only when it favors us we don't hear our voices. If we have a national regret, look at our national Independence Day. Would have been a day. Would have used to sit down for a sober reflection. This was what happened, and this is what we would have done. This is what we are going to do starting from today. That is my own regret, escaping from regret mechanism. If I've did any of myself anywhere there is a regret in my life, I ask myself, let me hear Mr. Zion, what are you doing? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? It must be better. A philosopher said, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday.
True.
Today is another opportunity you have to plant. So what are we doing today different? Are we not still dragging ballot box? Are we not still rigging election? Are we not inflating price of house rent because nobody watches us within our house? Nothing will happen. And maybe the landlord? Are we not cheating ourselves in the market? Are we not lying against people? Are we not wishing people's death? Are we not trading people's land? We regret nothing. We regret nothing. If we are people who are regretting, just like America, they have a national day. They call it a day of Thanksgiving. You know what that means to America? On that day, they call it a day for veterans. It's the day they need to reconcile. That is why the military is getting better. If we have the national day for regret, all the police are brutalized.
But we have Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
Yeah, it was about a few days ago.
It's a jamboree.
Why would you say it's a jamboree?
Mention one retired veteran. I'm not talking about big officer who stole money, who came out clean. He touched nothing and sleeping well. Mention one. One. Look, the civil service because all those are criminal acts according to the code, civil service code. Mention one civil servant that came out and is living well. Are they not begging for their pensions? Are they not begging for their gratuities? We are dying, We are not regretting. We are just complaining.
Zion says we are regretting. We have no collective guilt about things that have happened in this country. Interesting. On Facebook, Adi Okiosisi says by keeping silent. That's how he handles his regret, by keeping silent. My 2.3. Hello, Potako. Good morning, please.
Good morning, Brother Jude. How are you?
Very well. Good morning.
Brother Jude, the people regret. Number one, Brother Jude, are you aware, or maybe then, it could be that you hadn't been born then. There was a time that let you finish university study. There were companies will give you GR. This is the highest car of that time. 1980, something. Either they give you GR or SR, or they give you 404. It could be wagon. It could be saloon. Number two, are you aware that between 1973-74 to 1978, are you aware that there was uninterruptible power supply in this country? That was when I did go for the at Aba, at Omaya.
Wow.
At Benue and many other places. But are you aware that there was a time that there was treated water, pipe-borne water, treated water at every strategic location on the roads. That people will be walking when they felt like to drink water, they just go on it. And today, those things have died. Finally, that's number 4. But are you aware that there was a time that millions of Nigerians were working when we had Igbo cement functioning, when we had Nigeria Airway functioning, when we had Railway Corporation functioning, when we had the NATEL? People, boys and girls, were employed, working and enjoying this life. Today, those things are zero. But Jude, conclusively, we are regretting.
So what are we regretting? What exactly? Because those things are like you said, the good old days. So what happened that you think make Nigerians regret? What?
Ask the current leaders now. The past politicians put all this in order. Basically, Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awo. Jude, let me add more. Are you aware that during the colonial master regime that things were perfectly better here? We are regretting now because of the suffering and poverty and hardship now.
All right, so there's a regret about the politicians, what they have done, and how well, if you're honest, many of those politicians or politicians, they're there because some, maybe more or most of the Nigerians led them to be there. Or is it permitted them to be there? I don't know. You choose your semantics. 9.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, right now, calling from Sebastian. For me, Nigeria has a lot to regret. What I did so, when before the advent of oil, Nigeria was largely dependent on agriculture. And today, because of the discovery of oil, they abandon agriculture. And Nigeria is suffering the issue of food shortage or food resistance. Do you not regret? And we're not regretting this, that we abandon agriculture. Dude, even when we go into this oil and discover that there are so much money in oil, and we start to use it
to develop other economies. We try to use it to improve our educational system to a standard where other citizens of the world can come in. We try to use the same money to develop our health system where other citizens of other countries can come in. And we try to use it to improve the tourism. And we try to use it to improve our power system. And today, Nigeria still depend on importing back our crude oil that they exported before we use that crude oil today as fuel. We have to pay hugely for it. And we have that opportunity of fixing our refineries and doing all these things here in this country. Is it not a regret if we are ruled by those that have conscience? If we have leaders who have conscience, I think I should be regretting, support Nigeria should be regretting for failing to use the resources that would have benefit all of us. So it's a very big regret. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. This is a very big regret that the collective that is Nigeria is probably experiencing at the moment. Nigerian 3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Ezekiel, calling from Uvumini.
Good morning, Ezekiel. Welcome, please.
Jude, I think Nigerians are regretting for not maintaining the regional system of government in this country.
Oh, okay.
Where everybody would have been maintaining, focusing, sustaining their resource controls.
Okay.
I was surprised to hear over your station and the news that we have a state who operate mining in this country. Then why should oil be the problem, the focus, the attentions, and the interests of the whole politicians in this country? If there are other states controlling their own resources, I think this country would have been gone more far than we are now. So when I remember us, I begin to ask, does it mean that other than the olden days,
the founding fathers
regime, where we have our regional system of government, you know yourself and you submit to the highest level to make sure that everybody will feel the impact of the government. Now look at the state we are now. In fact, Jude, I'm in pain.
Okay. Ezekiel says he's in pains. He's in pains. So maybe there's a collective guilt, a collective regret. A story of a community. And in that community, they were let's say they believed in bathing only on Mondays. You know, and for years it was the only thing that they did. They bathed only on Mondays. Only on Mondays. And then after about, like, say, 60 or 80 years of just bathing only on Mondays, they found out that a lot of them had very thick-skinned problems. They assumed that, it was just the natural thing. And the only reason why they got to know is because some villages away, they got to interact with those villagers who apparently were bathing 3 times in a week. 3 cosmetic, no plenty chemicals. No, it was just that these people they bathe 3 times a week. Meanwhile, we bathe only on Mondays. And then they felt, if we had known, we wouldn't have done this. But you see, the thing about regret is, like I mentioned, it compares upwardly. It compares with scenarios that people think are better than they are. So to handle regret, why don't you change the view, change the narrative of that scenario? For example, for that community that they were only bathing once a day, it turns out that the community where they bathed 3 times a day had a much larger stream than they did. And so for them, water wasn't so much of a problem. For this community where they only used to bathe once a week, their stream wasn't very large. And so they were very used to getting water. You will not believe this, but they were getting water from the roots of trees, from the bark of trees. Nature is a wonderful giver. Or, more often than not, from rain. So what are you regretful about? Maybe it's time you change the way you thought about that thing. Learn the lesson. The first step I like to think is forgive yourself. Have Nigerians forgiven themselves? Can we forgive a Nigerian for doing something wrong that they ought to have done that they didn't do? I don't know. What do I know? Okay. All right. Moving on. Someone said, wise people choose their regrets carefully. Good morning. That's from Ugochi. That's a very lovely quote. Wise people choose their regrets carefully. Good morning. I try not to regret anything because I feel regret, like pity, is a useless emotion. Are there things I wish I did or didn't do or said that I didn't say? Yes. But my penchant for fixing things and situations, plus my belief that there are very few things that cannot be fixed, won't let me get stuck. Because that's what regret does. It justifies your feeling stuck in what could have been and keeps you helpless. I believe in collective guilt, but not collective regret. I believe groups of people pretend to be sorry when a wicked or bad decision they purposely or recklessly took starts to affect what or who they care about. That's from an anonymous messenger. Interesting. Oh, okay. All right. So this one's saying that I just love the song that was played. Well, are you sure it's here? Is it Nigerian info? Because the song that we played at this hour was Hurt. It's by Johnny Cash. And it is really a song about regrets. Yes. Okay? Anyway, so we'll wrap up very shortly. I told you throughout today, being Thursday, being a throwback, we're going to be playing a lot of old songs, from 2017 and beyond. Yes, Hearts is one of them. Well, coming up in just about 10 minutes, we have a recorded program coming through, and then the sunny side of conversations will be making waves. Yes, and like I said, it's a throwback Thursday. Hard Facts comes through later on the program. So Nigeria obviously will be in the next round. Yay for us, Nigeria. Any regrets? Is there anybody that in the team that you're not happy is in the team? Well, Kosi, Njikala, Dorcas, Ekbo Yang, and the rest of the crew will definitely be sinking their teeth into those things. What could happen? What you would like to see happen in the next round? All of that will come through when extra time comes up your way later in the evening. So, whatever regrets you do have, well, it's time, like someone said, to stop being in the stuck position. You need to move from the stuck position. Speaking of moving, Denise just catwalked in. You're wearing heels today.
Yes, I am.
Oh, wow. Punishing our flaws. Anyway,
What's that supposed to mean?
I found out today, ladies and gentlemen, that Denise is a snitch. You see, there's this joint that people are talking about where you go and buy Iseu and things and hair. Denise went there. If not that I made mention of it, I would not have known that she went there. But God is good. God is good.
I went there with family.
No, it's enemies you go there with now.
And children.
It's no problem. You go there with. Speaking of enemies and families and children, are there any things you regret not doing or you have done?
Regret not doing? I would say yes.
Everybody seems to be having regrets today.
I just realized that there are things that if I had done when I was still single, I wouldn't have thought twice. It would be way easier. The resources were there at the time, and for some reason I was dragging feet. And now I'm not just single, I have a responsibility. I have someone that I'm accountable to. I have someone that I'm responsible for, and it sort of limits me from doing all of those things. yeah, part of some of those things would be leaving Port Harcourt, as it were. Once upon a time, I wanted to leave Port Harcourt. I wanted to broaden my horizon and, you know, see what other states had in store for me. But
still doesn't mean you cannot leave. It doesn't have to be right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be right now. But like I said, I have to talk with somebody. Somebody has to say, okay, I permit you to do it, or I'll be on this journey with you, you know. Before now, I mean, I had to take the decision alone. If I said I wanted to do it, I didn't have to take permission from anyone. I would just go ahead and do it. So that's basically the only regret. And yes, another thing I regret, although I knew how I was a part of it and I was a part of the process, it's just when the results didn't turn out as I expected.
Are you talking about elections in Nigeria?
Yes, elections in Nigeria.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, maybe there are people like you. Maybe because we're talking about collective regret. Maybe there are some Nigerians who are listening right now who probably feel maybe I should have done better. Maybe I should have been part of the process. Even though some people kept saying, "Oh, we came out and we tried to vote." Nigeria Info, you told us to come out. I don't know.
A lot of people told me that.
Yes, you people told us. See what happened. But then again,
I even met some at my polling unit, and they say it's because of you people. You say we should collect PVC.
But the stats don't lie. There were 80-something million registered voters. Less than 20 actually voted. So you see, it still wasn't enough. So yes, maybe like Denise said, maybe next time you should do what you should do. Well, if not for you, well, for those who are coming after you. Like Denise said, when you become responsible for people, you take better decisions. Well, Sunnyside's coming up after the news. Great conversations lined up. Any giveaway? Any share? Are you going to go and eat afterwards?
No.
God will
Not
judge.
today.
God will judge you.
Maybe this weekend.
God will judge you. Anyway, well, thank you very much. All of you do stay well. And remember, we have regrets. Face them, appreciate them, forgive yourself, and then step forward. Do something else. Move on.